creative designers, welcome again to another interesting video tutorial. In case you are new here, my name is Gift. In today's video, I'm going to be showing us how to draft this Queen Anne neckline that we have shown on the screen. And if this is something that interests you, then sit back and enjoy. However, in case you have not hit the like button, please do where to do so, subscribe, and also turn on your notification bell so you can always be the first to get notified every time we post a new video. Without further ado, let's go straight into today's video. Welcome back, creative designers. So to start with, we'll be needing our basic borders block. In case you don't know how to draft that, there's a video on the channel already on how to draft a basic borders block. So here we have the chest line, bust point, under bust line, waistline, and we have the bust difference, which is 2 inches. We call that the bust dart. Okay, so this is exactly what we will be needing in order to draft that. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is to connect my neck width to the bust point with a straight line just like so. Connect with a straight line just like so. And then to tighten the neck area, you want to tighten your neck so that you will not have gaping around that area. So to tighten the neck width, you are going to be doing a 2 inches neck tightening. You can also do 2.5. So from the neck width, you come down by 2 inches or 2.5. But for me, I'm going to be using 2.5 inches, and then you're going to connect that 2.5 inches line to your bust point as well. Now this is called tightening, as you don't want the neck area to gape. Next thing you'll be doing is to do your under bust tightening. Now for those who do not know how to tighten their under bust, I'm going to be explaining that in this video. So what you want to do is to take the under bust circumference, your under bust circumference, take that measurement and make sure it is very, very tight. Now from your center front, which is what I just labeled, you're going to be dividing the circumference into 4. Mine is 28 divided by 4, and of course I got 7 inches. Mine is 28 divided by 4, and that is 7 inches. Next, you are going to be measuring what you have from that point to the side front. Now on my waistline, I have my waist divided by 4, which is 7, plus 1.5 inches dart intake. That will give me 8.5 inches. Okay, so I have 28 divided by 4, that is 7, then plus my dart intake, which is 1.5 inches. Okay, now back to the under bust line. My under bust circumference is 28 divided by 4. I got 7. So I'm going to measure what I have left from that side front line to where I have the 7 inches point. Whatever I have is what I'll be using to tighten my under bust. Okay, so I got 1.75. So what you want to do is to divide that into 2, but they are not going to be equal numbers. Okay, you want to take the smaller number from the center front area, and then you take the bigger one on the side front area. For example, I got 1.75, so I'm going to be imputing 0.65 on my center front line, just like so. The next line after your 0.5 is 0.65. Actually, it could be 0.6 or 0.65. And then I'm going to place that 0.65 on the second dart leg, and then I will continue my 1.75 like so, and then I'll mark that. Okay, so let's say you got 1.5, you want to impute 0.5 on the center front area and 1 inch on the side front area. That is just simple. Now it's time to connect that. Now take note of how I'm placing my curve. You want to place your curve in such a way that it meets up with the point you have there, that is 0.65 line point, and then it also meets up with the second line coming from your neck width. Okay, remember I told us the neck tightening we did here is 2.5 inches. Okay, so now I'm just going to connect that point just like so. Make sure you place your cuff in such a way that it is touching that particular line coming from your neck width all the way to the point you have on your center front line. Okay, next you're also going to connect this other part with your curve, you're just going to be keep rotating your curve such that it touches this first dart line coming from your neck width. Okay, it touches that line, and it also touches the 1.25 line that you have on this other part. I don't know if you get that, but this is actually what tightening is all about. Okay, so now we are done tightening our underbust for perfect fit. The next thing is to connect that point to meet up with your underbust line, your waistline now. Connect those points to meet up with your waistline halfway now. And the reason why I do this most time is to eliminate sharp points. Next, I'm going to finish up the lines or the connection using my curve. Can you see what I'm doing in this video? I'll also do this for the other part using any part of the curve that actually works fine. Okay, so can you see the smooth transition we have around this part? Now, this contouring or truing will not allow you to have sharp points, and it actually helps a lot. Now what this does is that it gives you a perfect finishing around your underbust. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is to close this tightening we have on our neck area. Okay, so you're going to fold it towards your center front, not to the side front, towards your center front. So you're going to fold the longer part to meet up with the shorter part. Okay, so now that you have done that, the next thing is to alter the neck width. Okay, so I'm going in from that point by 1 inch. I want it to extend by 1 inch. Next, you're going to impute your cleavage measurement. For those who don't know what cleavage measurement is, please make sure you watch my video on how to take accurate body measurements. I really explained what your cleavage is, but for the sake of those who are here, it is where you want your neckline to start from. So mine is 4 inches from that 3 inches line. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to mark the same 4 inches on this part where I marked my 1 inch, that is on the neck extension. I'm going to mark the 4 inches down, and then I'll connect it with a straight line just like so. Okay, after I have gotten this, the next thing I'm going to do is to form my sweetheart neckline just by connecting those 2 points together using my curve. Okay, good. So now we have gotten that. The next thing I will go in with my tracing wheel just to ensure that I have a dart around there by the time I'm cutting, I'm transferring those points there. Now I'm going to open up this part of the pattern. I'm going to open it up just to show you what it's going to look like by the time you are done tracing this out. Okay, so it is time for us to close our bust dart. Remember, I told us to close a dart, you need to open up another dart. So I'm just slashing through my waist dart like so. I need this to be able to close my bust dart without any difficulty. Okay, so now I'm going to lift up my bust dart just like so, making sure that those 2 points align. Okay, this straight line has to align with the bust point line. Okay, it has to align. So by the time you place them together like so, just go ahead and tape it down. Go ahead and tape that part down. Now by the time you tape down, it's possible you notice that these 2 points are not meeting up. Don't worry, just use your straight ruler and connect it back to your chest line, and also make sure that the point, that is the bust point, is also well contoured. Okay, good. Can you see these points are matching up? That is because I actually drafted this pattern correctly. And in case yours is not matching up, just go in with your curve and make those points to match up. That is just the essence of this whole thing. Please do not forget to close your bust dart. Please do not forget to do that. So the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and highlight all these markings just so we can see where we'll be cutting more visibly. I need us to see the points we'll be cutting at the end of the day. So I'll just go in with my curve and just highlight those points. Okay. So please, in case you've not subscribed, do where to do so. Please like, share, comment, and also turn on your notification bell. So now I will just keep doing this just like so. Can you see? I will highlight all the points that we need just to show you what this looks like. Can you see? So this point that I highlighted are the parts we'll be cutting off at the end of the day. Now back to this point, I'm going to be marking 1/2 inch downwards and then connect that to my shoulder tip. Now this is called your shoulder tightening because I don't want it to gape around my shoulder line. So after this, the next thing you want to do is to go ahead and cut out your patterns. This is all we need to do in order to draft a Queen Anne neckline. You can see how easy and simple this is. guys, at this point I was done cutting out, and I'm just going ahead to label my bust points. Make sure you notch or you label yours so that you don't mix up your patterns by the time you are joining them together. So I'll just go ahead and label all this part, and at the end of the day, this is what we have. Can you see how beautiful this looks? Okay, now you can transfer to fabric, and back to the shoulder area. I'm just going to pick it up and fold it in like so. Most times I don't like cutting it out. Okay, so you do this for your front part, and while on the back you can do 0.25-inch shoulder tightening. So at the end of the day, this is what we have. You can see how beautiful this pattern looks like, and then when you want to join, this is what it's going to look like. So I'm just going to tape this down, then show you what the final outcome looks like. Can you see? So this is exactly how it's going to look like, and you can see the space we have in here, which is going to accommodate your bust at the end of the day. I'm going to pin this to my mannequin, just so dress form rather, just so you can see how the fit is going to look like. I hope you actually found this tutorial helpful. I'm very glad creating this video with you, and if you find it very helpful, please like, share, comment, and also turn on your notification bell. Till I see you in my next video, have a nice day. Bye.